A strong hold over current affairs is your way to succeed in the UPSC Civil Services examination. Brace yourself and get detailed coverage of relevant news both nationally and internationally. With the monthly current affairs revision program starting from 26th October at 5 p.m. Enroll today and elevate your current affairs knowledge with comprehensive coverage of current affairs compiled through relevant sources such as the Hindu Indian Express, Economic Times, PIB Yojana, and others. Expert support and personalized mentoring. Comprehensive assessment through MCQs and mains-oriented questions.
Hello and welcome to this edition of News Today. Without delay, let's have a look at the headlines first. Judiciary has more than 5,600 vacancies across courts as per the Ministry of Law. Centre approves 3,296 crore under SCI scheme for boosting tourist infrastructure. World Food Programme released Global Outlook for 2025 report. Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas highlighted achievement of ethanol blended petrol program. Asian Development Bank supports India's Atmanirbhar clean plant program. International Atomic Energy Agency highlighted role of nuclear techniques. In our first news for the day, we'll be looking at a startling revelation regarding India's legal system. As per the Ministry of Law, Judiciary has more than 5,600 vacancies spanning from lower courts to the Supreme Court. These vacancies include 2 positions in the Supreme Court, 364 in High Courts, and a staggering 5,245 in District Courts. So what are the reasons for this shortage? One of the key reasons for these vacancies is the periodic nature of judicial openings arising from retirements, resignations, demise, and the elevation of judges. Additionally, the increase in the sanctioned strength of courts has also contributed. Another significant factor is the time-consuming collegium process, which involves continuous collaboration between the executive and judiciary. This process requires consultation and approval from various authorities. For example, the appointment of High Court judges is governed by Articles 217 and 224 of the Constitution. Other contributing factors include delays in the examination process for judicial appointments in lower courts, as well as low salaries and heavy workloads, which can deter talented lawyers from joining the judiciary. The impact of these vacancies is being felt across the judicial system. Currently, over 19,500 cases are pending in the Supreme Court and more than 27 lakh cases are stuck in high courts. Some of the other reasons for these delays include inadequate infrastructure, frequent adjournments, and the lack of strict timelines. Additionally, the low judge-to-population ratio leads to huge work stress on judicial officers, making them prone to making mistakes. Back in 2002, the All India Judges Association case directed that by 2007, the judge-to-population ratio in trial judiciary should be 50 per million. However, even in 2024, this ratio is not even 25 per million. So what is the way forward to address this situation effectively? One proposal is to revisit the National Judicial Appointments Commission or NJAC framework. This could provide a balanced approach to judicial appointments, ensuring both independence and accountability. Another suggestion is the creation of the All India Judicial Service or AIJS, a centralized recruitment process for district and subordinate courts, similar to the civil services. This could help attract more talent and ensure uniformity across the judiciary. Article 312 of the Constitution deals with the creation of All India services. In addition, streamlining the appointment process and conducting periodic assessments of judicial strength are crucial steps towards improving the system. In conclusion, addressing these vacancies and structural issues is essential for the timely delivery of justice and the overall health of India's judiciary.
Moving ahead, the Centre has approved a significant allocation of Rs 3,296 crore under the Special Assistance to States and Union Territories for Capital Investment Scheme. This initiative aims to enhance India's tourist infrastructure by developing 40 iconic tourist centres across 23 states to meet global standards, fostering sustainable growth in the tourism sector. The SASCI scheme offers long-term interest-free loans for 50 years, empowering states to comprehensively develop iconic tourist centers in the country, branding and marketing them at global scale. By doing so, it envisages the local economic growth and creates employment opportunities through sustainable tourism projects. India's tourism sector plays a vital role in the nation's economy. Ranked 39th among 119 countries according to Travel and Tourism Development Index 2024 report published by World Economic Forum, India recorded an impressive 9.52 million foreign tourist arrivals in 2023, a 47.9% increase compared to 2022. The sector contributed 5% to India's gross domestic product in 2022-23, creating over 76.17 million direct and indirect jobs and generated foreign exchange earnings of Rs 2.3 lakh crore in 2023. Looking ahead, the industry is projected to generate over $59 billion in revenue by 2028. To further bolster the tourism sector, the government has introduced several initiatives. The National Heritage City Development and Augmentation Yojana, or the HIDE scheme, launched in 2015, focuses on preserving and rejuvenating India's rich cultural heritage. Meanwhile, the National Mission on Pilgrimage Rejuvenation and Spiritual Heritage Augmentation Drive, or Prashad scheme, integrates pilgrimage destinations into a sustainable framework, offering a holistic religious tourism experience. Additionally, the Dekho Apna Desh initiative introduced in 2020 encourages Indians to explore the beauty and diversity in their own country.
In a significant development, the World Food Programme, or WFP, has released its latest report, the Global Outlook for 2025. This report provides crucial updates on global food security and highlights solutions WFP can offer to respond to current crises and address the root causes of hunger. Let's take a closer look at the key highlights. Firstly, global hunger crisis. An estimated 343 million people across 74 countries are acutely food insecure. Alarmingly, 1.9 million of these individuals are on the brink of hunger. If we look at the key factors, the WFP identifies armed violence as a key driver in 14 out of 16 hunger hotspots, including countries like Sudan and Gaza. Other contributing factors include food inflation and extreme weather events. In fact, 65% of those who are acutely food insecure live in fragile or conflict-affected areas. To provide relief, the WFP requires a total of $16.9 billion in funding to support 123 million of the most vulnerable people facing food insecurity worldwide. Now, turning to India-specific figures. India is home to a quarter of all undernourished people worldwide. Approximately 21.25% of the population lives on less than $1.90 a day. In addition, a staggering 38% of children aged 6 to 59 months are grappling with chronic malnutrition. Moving ahead to WFP's approach to combat hunger. Their approach includes investing in local nutritious food solutions, fortification, and social protection systems, all aimed at reducing future needs. WFP is also working to empower vulnerable communities to better withstand shocks through improved livelihoods and climate protection strategies. Additionally, the organization is focused on increasing institutional capacity at local level and addressing gender inequalities affecting food insecurities. Let's look at the World Food Programme, or WFP, in detail. Headquartered in Rome, Italy, the World Food Programme is the largest humanitarian agency in the world, saving lives in emergencies and using assistance to help communities become self-sufficient and resilient to shocks. WFP was established in 1961 by the United Nations General Assembly and the Food and Agriculture Organization, or FAO. The organization has a presence in over 120 countries, with funding provided through voluntary donations from governments, corporations, and private donors. WFP's efforts were recognized globally when it was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 2020 for its work in addressing hunger and its contribution to peace.
In a significant move towards sustainable development, the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas has highlighted the remarkable achievements of the Ethanol blended petrol program. Since its launch, the program has made considerable progress, with ethanol blending rates rising from just 1.53% in 2013-14 to an impressive 14.60% in 2023-24. The ethanol blended petrol program, launched in 2003, was introduced to promote the blending of ethanol with petrol, and its ambitious target of achieving 20% blending by 2025-26 has been advanced from the initial timeline of 2030. To support this endeavor, several initiatives have been implemented, including the National Policy on Biofuels introduced in 2018. Other measures include the launch of ethanol interest subvention schemes to facilitate establishment of dedicated ethanol plants, the reduction of GST on ethanol for blending purposes from 18% to 5%, the reintroduction of the administered price mechanism, and amendments to the Industries Development and Regulation Act of 1951, ensuring the smooth movement of ethanol across the country. The benefits of this program are far-reaching. Since 2014, India has saved Rs 1.08 trillion in foreign exchange by reducing its reliance on imported crude oil, with ethanol substituting 18.5 million tons of crude oil. The program has also significantly contributed to environmental sustainability, preventing 55.7 million metric tons of carbon emissions. Additionally, it has addressed key issues in the sugar industry, enabling sugar factories to manage surplus inventories efficiently and generate early revenue to ensure timely payments to sugarcane farmers. For those wondering, ethanol with the chemical formula C2H5OH is a renewable fuel produced from crops like sugarcane, maize, and wheat, which are rich in starch. It can be blended with petrol to create different blends, reducing emissions and improving engine performance. It can be used in different blends such as E20, which consists of 20% ethanol and 80% petrol, and E100 with 93 to 93.5% ethanol blended with 5% petrol and 1.5% co-solvent. Moreover, flex fuel vehicles are designed to operate on different blends of ethanol up to E100.
Moving ahead, the Asian Development Bank or ADB has extended its support to India's Atmanirbhar Clean Plant Program or CPP with a significant $98 million loan agreement. This funding will help develop the regulatory framework and institutional systems needed to effectively implement the CPP in the horticulture sector. Now, let's take a closer look at the CPP. The program was approved under the Mission for Integrated Development of Horticulture or MIDH, a centrally sponsored scheme aimed at the holistic growth of India's horticulture sector. This includes a variety of crops such as fruits, vegetables, and root and tuber crops. The primary purpose of the CPP is to provide farmers with access to virus-free, high-quality planting material, leading to increased crop yields. Key components of the program include the establishment of 9 world-class Clean Plant Centers or CPCs, which will be equipped with advanced diagnostic therapeutics and tissue culture labs. Additionally, the program will introduce a certification framework supported by a regulatory framework under the Seeds Act of 1966. It will also support large-scale nurseries for the development of infrastructure. The CPP will be implemented by the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers' Welfare through the National Horticultural Board or NHB and the Indian Council of Agricultural Research or ICAR. It is set to run from 2024 to 2030 with 50% of the assistance coming from ADB. Moving on to the other key initiatives for the horticulture sector. India is also implementing the Coordinated Program on Horticultural Assessment and Management using Geoinformatics or CHAMAN. This program aims to develop and firm up scientific methodology for estimation of area and production under horticultural crops. Furthermore, the government has introduced Kisan Rail services to transport perishables, including fruits and vegetables, across the country. There's also the Capital Investment Subsidy Scheme by NHB, among others, to boost the sector. And now, here's a quick look at India's horticulture sector. It contributes about 33% of the gross value to the agriculture GDP and covers 18% of agricultural land. The sector also contributes over Rs 4 lakh crore annually in agricultural exports. Notably, India is the second largest producer of fruits and vegetables in the world according to the Food and Agriculture Organization or FAO. In conclusion, these initiatives reflect India's continued commitment to strengthening its horticulture sector and ensuring better yields for farmers across the nation.
The International Atomic Energy Agency, or IAEA, has recently highlighted the transformative role of nuclear techniques in addressing global challenges. These advanced methods are driving innovation across diverse sectors, providing solutions that touch our daily lives and promote sustainable development. In the healthcare sector, nuclear techniques are being used in diagnosis and therapy. Moreover, X-ray diagnostics play a crucial role in the early detection of breast tumors, while radioactive iodine, or I-131, is widely used to treat thyroid cancer or thyroid-related conditions. Beyond medicine, nuclear energy contributes significantly to the global energy matrix, producing approximately 10% of the world's electricity according to the International Energy Agency. In agriculture, nuclear techniques are revolutionizing practices. The fallout radionuclide method is helping to analyze soil radionuclide concentrations to measure erosion patterns. Similarly, radioimmunoassay technology detects hormone levels in animals, enabling precise timing for artificial insemination, etc. Environmental applications of nuclear science are equally significant. Isotope hydrology uses both stable and radioactive isotopes to follow the movements of the water in the hydrologic cycle. Moreover, isotopic techniques are being employed to monitor and respond to extreme weather events, a growing global concern. In the industrial domain, nuclear tracers are used in expensive industrial equipment to obtain information that makes it possible to extend its operative life. For food safety, the food irradiation process exposes foodstuffs to gamma rays to kill bacteria that can cause foodborne diseases and to increase shelf life. Notably, space missions rely on radioisotope thermal generators for reliable energy in extreme environments. Several initiatives have been launched to further harness nuclear potential. On the global stage, the Atoms for Food initiative by the IAEA and the FAO supports nations to use innovative nuclear techniques in enhancing agricultural productivity, reducing food losses. The ambitious International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor under construction in France is poised to be the world's largest tokamak device to test magnetic confinement to produce fusion energy. In India, nuclear advancements are paving the way for sustainable growth. Under the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana, multi-product food irradiation units are being established to improve food safety. Meanwhile, the Bhabha Atomic Research Center is developing high-yielding seed varieties using gamma radiation to boost agricultural output. In today's Place in News, we will discuss Bosnia and Herzegovina with its capital Sarajevo. It is in news as India, Bosnia and Herzegovina held 4th Foreign Office consultations in Sarajevo. If we talk about its political features, it is situated in the Western Balkan Peninsula of Europe. If we talk about its bordering countries, then it is bordered on the north, west and south by Croatia, on the east by Serbia, on the southeast by Montenegro. Moreover, it shares its maritime boundaries with Adriatic Sea in the southwest. In terms of its geographical features, its climate is usually temperate continental climate, alpine and Mediterranean climate. Its highest peak is the Maglik mountain. Moreover, its major mountain range is Dinaric Alps. And lastly, its major rivers include Sava River and Neretva River.
As we conclude today's main news, let's have a look at some quick updates. Recently, the Places of Worship Special Provisions Act 1991 was in news due to the filing of an appeal to survey certain religious places. This act prohibits conversion of any place of worship and to provide for the maintenance of the religious character of any place of worship as it existed on the 15th day of August 1947. India has been re-elected to the UN Peacebuilding Commission for 2025-2026. This commission, established in 2005, is an intergovernmental advisory body that supports peace efforts in conflict-affected countries. It comprises 31 member states elected from the General Assembly, Security Council, and Economic and Social Council. The index of 8 core industries (ICI) increased by 3.1% in October 2024 compared to October 2023. The ICI measures combined and individual performance of production of 8 core industries: coal, crude oil, natural gas, refinery products, fertilizers, steel, cement, and electricity. The 10th Global Forum of the United Nations Alliance of Civilizations, or UNAOC, adopted the Cascais Declaration in Portugal. UNAOC was established in 2005 to serve as a soft power political tool of UN's Secretary General for conflict prevention and conflict resolution, with the objective to promote principles of tolerance and peaceful existence and build bridges between cultures. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has designated snakebite cases and deaths as a notifiable disease. Earlier, the ministry launched the National Action Plan for Prevention and Control of Snakebite and Venom to have snakebite-related deaths and disabilities by 2030. A notifiable disease is any disease that is required by law to be reported to government authorities. Indian astronauts who have been selected for the upcoming Axiom 4 or AX4 mission to the International Space Station or ISS have completed the initial phase of training. AX4 is the fourth private astronaut mission to the International Space Station. It will launch to the Orbitary Laboratory on a Dragon spacecraft aboard a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. Center approves loans for development of Ramappa circuit under the SASCI scheme. Ramappa Temple, also known as Kakatiya Rudreshwara Temple, is located in Telangana. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is the main Shiva temple in a walled complex built during the Kakatiya period. The Rajya Sabha chairman expressed concerns about frequent use of Rule 267. Rule 267, part of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business in the Council of States Rajya Sabha, allows for the suspension of rules on the day's agenda to debate an urgent matter with the chairman's approval. Before we sign off, let's challenge your understanding in today's installment of Test Your Learning. Thank you for joining us. We hope you found this episode of News Today engaging. For the solutions to the quiz and to access the PDF version of News Today, remember to visit the provided links in the description below.